All right, welcome to the call, everybody. It's great to have you with us. We're super happy to be able to have this call tonight, and we are very fortunate tonight for the person who's going to be helping us to give this information. My name is Daniel West, and my job is super simple. I get the opportunity to just introduce somebody to you guys who I have a ton of respect for. Really, he's probably the best person you could possibly get this information from. He's been super successful in business and in the industry. He's been a top earner for over 11 years. He's built teams of over 200,000 people. He's helped hundreds of people make six and seven figures. And he's traveled all over the world speaking with and sharing on stages with some of the most elite thought leaders on the planet. He's a family man, he's a husband, he's a father of two baby girls. And honestly, every time I get the chance to hear him, I just hear so many words of wisdom, golden nuggets that I get to hold on to. So without further ado, let's welcome our National Sales Director, Miles Stallard.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. West. And guys, I'm excited to be here. And man, I just want to give it back to you, Daniel, for all that you do. And man, just from the corporate side, and we would not be able to survive if it wasn't for your expertise and everything that you do for us, man. So thank you for everything that you do, brother. And y'all, hey, real quick, before we even get this thing started, I want to go ahead and send out any last minute texts and reminders to anybody and everybody that you know that needs to be seeing this information. Y'all, get them on this call. We're about to get this party started. And also, let me make sure. I believe the chat is open. Yes, the chat is open for anybody and everybody. So if you haven't already, go ahead and jump into the chat box. Let us know where you guys are calling in from, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. So yes, let me kind of fill you in real quick, a little bit of my background, just so we are not strangers, and so you can kind of have an idea on why I'm here in Vital Health, in the first place, because I think it speaks a lot of volumes. So like Daniel was saying, man, I've been in the space for about 11 years, the highest level. I've made millions of dollars. I've built huge organizations all over the world. I've traveled all over the world, spoke on stages with some really, really big names out there, some of the best and biggest thought leaders there are. And man, I just live the network marketing dream, if you will, right? And I've helped a lot of people have tons of success, and I love the game. I love network marketing. I think it's the greatest industry in the world. And it's allowed me to pursue a lot of other passions as well. So I do a lot of VC work, a lot of angel investing. So, I invest in startups, established businesses, real estate, stocks, crypto, blockchain stuff. I have an insurance agency as well. So I have my hands in a lot of different investment plays, right? But the reason why I talk about that is because I think it's really important for everybody to really understand that I look at different business models literally all day, every single day, whether it's inside this industry, outside this industry. Man, I that's what I do is I break down numbers, I break down compensation plans, I break down cultures from the P&Ls behind the scenes, the type of stuff, all the way through the cultures within the field and things of that sort. So that's what I do is I evaluate businesses, right? And the whole reason why I chose to hang my hat here at Vital Health is because we have something here that I've never seen inside the industry or outside the industry for that matter. I've just never seen anything as powerful and as lucrative as what we have right here. So, and by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys real quick a disclaimer, okay? Because if you've ever been on a network marketing type of presentation before, I'm sure a lot of you guys have. I will go ahead and just tell you guys this presentation I'm going to share with you guys is going to be a little bit different than the typical normal network marketing type of presentations that you've seen. And the reason why that is because when I evaluate network marketing companies, I don't evaluate them as a network marketer, right? I evaluate them as an investor. Am I willing to invest $1 million in this company? And if so, now am I actually willing to put my name behind the brand and actually build this company? So I'm going to be coming at you guys with a little bit more of an analytical side when it comes to the business aspect, because one of the biggest things that sets this company apart is the operational side. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'll go ahead and tell you. Vital Health, I mean, you can look us up on businessfromhome.org, national sales, the DSN direct sales the direct selling network. Anyways, any of the network marketing type of platforms and websites, all that stuff, right? You'll find us on there. For the last 2 years, we've been top 5, top 10 fastest growing companies inside of the network marketing space in terms of revenue growth. And we're talking about 4 years basically running. We've been absolutely exploding. But the reason why we are exploding are for a lot of reasons that a lot of people don't quite understand. That's what I'm going to really dive into during this presentation, because that really paints the picture on what sets us apart. So with that being said, though, kind of going back to my background, what got me here. So I was with a company for 8 years, and it was a great 8 years. I mean, we were crushing it. From the outside looking in, you would have thought that company was going to the moon. We were all making millions of dollars. Our teams were making millions of dollars. It was fantastic, right? However, the company itself was falling apart from the inside out. Eventually, that company sold to another company. It was an absolute disaster. That was kind of the beginning to the end of everything. And but I will say that I spent about a year with that new company during that acquisition, doing everything that we could to make that acquisition work, right? I was working very closely with the corporate team, with the exec team. I was consulting with them, doing everything we could to make it work, because the reality was the last thing that I wanted to do was actually rebuild, right? Like, I already had a huge organization. Last thing I wanted to do was start over. So I did everything we could to really make that acquisition work. But about 3 months into that acquisition, the writing was on the wall that I was going to have to find a company for my team, for my organization, right? So during that whole year that I was with them, that I was consulting with them, trying to make it work, I was also flying all over the world, meeting with companies, exec teams, founders, owners, CEOs, just the corporate teams, and just flying all over the place, looking at different companies inside of the space, trying to find that home, that right fit for my team and my organization. And I probably evaluated about 100, a little over 100 different companies inside of the space. But of those 100, any of them that had any sort of legitimate potential, that's where I would do the flyouts and all of that stuff, right? And I don't know how involved in the network marketing space you guys are, but if you're not involved, I'll go ahead and tell you something that most people probably do know. But the industry in itself, it's not doing so hot right now. It's a really tough time for the industry of network marketing. Companies are falling apart. They're going bankrupt. They're selling to new ownership over and over and over. They're going to full affiliate models, which simply means the company is pulling the rug out from underneath the field, right? The people that built the business, us, right? And this is happening all over the space. So during that year that I was evaluating companies, guys, there was nothing inside of the space that made sense. Nothing at all. I didn't want to put my name behind any of the brands, any of the companies. And so I kind of got to this place where I was just going to take a step out of the industry and just focus on all my other businesses and all my other investments, right? I was going to focus on all that and just pray that something did eventually come our way, because I really needed something for my organization, right? And about that same time, my original mentor, his name's David Nieves, okay? He's actually the VP of sales here at Vital. And he gave me a call and he said, hey, man, you need to check out Vital Health. We want to bring it to the United States, and we want you and Heidi is my wife, by the way. We want you and Heidi to be the ones to kind of spearhead this launch right into the US market. And what caught my attention here is I watched what Vital Health was doing for about 3 to 5 months prior to David actually bringing it to me. The problem, though, was it was only in Mexico, right? And I had teams in Mexico, but nothing near large enough to like throw all my eggs into that one basket. So when David called me and said, hey, we want to bring it to the US, we want you and Heidi to be the ones to do this, I was like, okay, you got my attention. I see what you guys are doing, because what they were doing was insane. I mean, we're talking about thousands of people into hotel rooms, and if you have experience in network marketing, you know what momentum looks like, and Vital Health was clearly in massive, massive momentum. So when he called me and said all this, I was like, okay, this is cool. Show me what you guys are working with, because obviously y'all got something pretty powerful, right? And so he gave me a full presentation, something very similar to what I'm going to be sharing with you guys here in just a minute. And I will tell y'all, from a network marketing perspective, literally every single box that could possibly have been checked was checked here. And the reason why this is important to know is because every company that I evaluated beforehand, not one company even got to that 7 or 8 out of 10 mark. Not one. This had everything checked off. And so of course that was kind of that caught my attention, right? However, there was one very important thing that I was very hesitant on, okay? And it was the fact that this company was based out of Mexico. And here's the deal. I've done a lot of different business deals in a ton of different countries, but I've never built in a network marketing company based out of Mexico. I had no idea what that was going to entail, right? So that was where I was a little bit skeptical. But what I'm here to tell you is without a doubt the fact that we are based out of Mexico is the single most important reason why we're absolutely dominating the rest of the network marketing space. It's our number one advantage, the fact that we are based out of Mexico, and here's why, okay? So first and foremost, we have incredibly low overhead and incredibly high margins, okay? So again, I've told y'all I'm going to get really analytical in this stuff because this is what sets us apart on why we're crushing it right now, okay? So to give you an example on this though, okay, employee cost alone. Okay, we have over 500 employees, but we're talking about around $250,000 per month on our employee costs, on that overhead. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a business of your own, or if you have employees, okay, you can do the numbers on that. That is absolutely insane numbers. Probably have never been seen. Something like that has never been seen before. The amount of money that we are saving just on employee cost alone is astronomical. So all that money we're keeping in house, we're now able to pump that money into our product development as well as our compensation plan. But here's the other thing. Not only are we saving a ton of money on our employee costs, but we're also paying our employees significantly more than they would make literally anywhere else. Okay, so one of the biggest things that I saw when we very first flew out to Hermosillo, because I tell you, when David showed me all of this, I was like, okay, this is great. You got to show Heidi now, because if it doesn't get past the wife, it doesn't matter, right? And sure enough, after he showed Heidi, Heidi came straight into my office. She was like, babe, this is like the answer to our prayers. This is everything that we've been looking for when it comes to network marketing. I'm like, let's get out to Hermosillo, let's get out to Mexico, and let's really pull back the curtains on this company and just see exactly how real all this actually is, right? So when we got out there, one of the first things that I saw was the culture, the internal corporate culture. Okay, this is a big deal. A lot of people, by the way, when they look at network marketing companies, culture is, of course, a very big topic that people want to cover, right? They want to see what's the culture like. But what people don't pay attention to is corporate culture. Typically, when they think culture, they're thinking the culture within the field, within the teams, right? Like our culture, in the field. Very few people ever consider corporate culture. And to be honest with you, I've never really considered corporate culture until I saw it firsthand at Vital Health. Because one of the very first things that I saw, that I've never seen, by the way, in any company I've ever been involved in or invested in, okay? I've never seen employees show up to work early and leave work late, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. I've never seen that before. Any business I've ever invested in, it's just like you've all seen it before, right? People go to work on a Monday, they are counting down the minutes until they get to go home that day, and they are counting down the days until it's the weekend again, right? That's everywhere I've ever been. I've never even expected anything other than that, right? But when I got to Vital Health and I saw how passionate and how proud all the employees were to be a part of this Vital Health mission, it was a huge light bulb moment for me, because when you have that type of corporate culture, y'all, that bleeds into the field. And when you have that type of culture, man, literally a team can do anything, a company can do anything. And that was very, very, very attractive to me, especially considering it was one of the very first things that I experienced when I got out to Hermosillo. But with that being said, the other thing that is so important to understand is that we also handle our entire operation from start to finish. Everything. We do all of our own manufacturing. All of the labs are owned by us. All the real estate, by the way, is owned outright by us. Even the dirt the real estate sits on is owned by us. We do not rent our buildings. We do not rent our offices. Okay, we are completely 100% debt free, and actually debt free. By the way, a lot of companies claim to be debt free. They're not debt free. They're in debt to their owners. Okay, and trust me, I can go down a 30-minute rabbit hole on the amount of companies that claim to be debt free and they're not. Okay, but we are 100% debt free. We handle all of our logistics, the warehousing, even the technology side, the back offices, all of our AI, everything is owned by us. The reason why this is so important is because almost any company you have ever heard of before, especially in the network marketing space, the only thing that they actually own is their name and their brand. Everything else, they are outsourcing. They are paying third parties to do their manufacturing. They're paying third parties for their logistics. They're paying third parties for the technology side. They're paying third parties for their sourcing. They're paying third parties. They're renting their offices. They're renting their buildings. Guys, this is all across the board. We're talking like almost every company you've ever heard of. And the craziest thing about that, y'all, is 90 to 95% of a company's overhead goes to all of these third parties that they're outsourcing to build their business. That overhead that we do not have. So therefore, again, all that money we're keeping in-house. Therefore, we're able to, again, pump it into product development as well as our compensation plan. So as I dive into this presentation, one thing that you guys are going to see very, very quickly is we have literally the highest quality products anybody will ever find. And the best part about it is people can actually afford our products. Okay. Now, check this out. I believe network marketing as a whole has fantastic products. I think most companies inside of the space have literally life-changing products. But here's the problem, y'all. It does not matter how good your product is if your people cannot afford the product. So we have a higher quality product, but yet we're not competing with typical overpriced network marketing prices. I truly believe the biggest reason why the industry is struggling right now is people cannot afford network marketing products. Okay, we have higher quality products, but yet people can actually afford them here. We're competing with Amazon prices as opposed to network marketing prices, but when you're competing with Amazon prices, you're also competing with Amazon products, and our products are significantly better than what you would ever find on something like Amazon, right? So anyways, that's that. Now, whenever you go into our comp plan, which you're going to see here shortly as well, guys, we're paying out anywhere between 2 to 4 times more than the highest paying compensation plans I've ever seen inside the space, anywhere between 6 to 10 times more than the average paying compensation plans inside of the space, which both of those, by the way, products or comp plan, we would not be able to have what we have with that if we did our manufacturing any other way than the way that we do it. This is our advantage. This is our number one biggest advantage over the rest of the space on why we are doing absolutely amazing here. So with that being said, let me go ahead and pull up the slide deck, and we're going to get the show on the, what's going on here? That's not what I want to do. I'm going to get this thing going. Here we go. Beautiful. There we go. All right. All right, so I am going to read this disclaimer first, so bear with me. I'm not very good at reading, and this is only like the second or third time that I've had this slide deck, so you're going to have to bear with me on that as well. But here we go. Health disclaimer. The information presented is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements regarding products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Always consult your healthcare provider before beginning any wellness, nutrition, or supplement program. Individual results may vary. Now, income disclosure, any income examples, testimonials, or earnings discussed are for illustrative purposes only and are not guarantees of income or success. Results vary based on individual effort, experience, skills, and market conditions. No representation is made that any participant will achieve the same results. Success requires work, commitment, and consistent action. Beautiful. All right, so going into it, let's talk about who our founders are in our corporate team. So I'm not going to go over everybody here, but there are 4 individuals that I'm definitely going to talk about. You have the Beretta brothers that you see kind of in the middle, Alberto and Gustavo, some of the most successful commercial real estate developers in all of Hermosillo, also very high on the political ladder as well. So those are our 2 co-founders. And then the 2 founders that we have here are Tony Rodriguez and Alex Reynosa. Now, Tony is a world famous doctor, product developer. People travel from all over the world to come see him at his clinics. He's got a 6-month waiting list just to have a consultation. He's an absolute mastermind behind the products and the development of our products. And then our other founder is Alex Reynosa. Now, Alex was actually the #1 earner in a multi-billion-dollar company for the last 15 years or so. And what he actually did with the money that he earned was he actually started manufacturing products for other companies inside of the network market space. So he became a manufacturer. But the reason why Vital Health even exists today is because Alex's father-in-law had life-changing results on Tony's products. So Alex found Tony, basically was like, hey man, what is your plan to get these products, across the world, right? And Tony's idea was just to build more clinics like he was already doing, but in Mexico. And Alex was like, listen, man, I do distribution and I do manufacturing. So I can distribute this globally. I do manufacturing. We can really do something special because obviously your products are doing something amazing, right? So they teamed up and they created Vital Health. Here's what's really unique about this situation, okay? Most network marketing companies that you guys have heard of before, okay, most of the time those companies are started before they even know what products they're going to sell. The company is started before the products because the company has started to make money. Okay, this was flipped here. Vital Health exists after the products were already created. So 13 years, okay, our products have been in circulation before the business side of it came to be. Completely reverse than what you would typically see within the space, right? So going into the numbers and stuff, I was talking about the numbers, how we're growing. We're one of the fastest growing companies inside of the space. These are just the numbers to back all of that. So in 2022, when we very first launched, we did about 1.4 million. But our first full year, we did in 2023, we did just over 4 million. 2024, when we came in, we launched the United States. We jumped the company from 4 million to over 40 million. And then last year from 40 million to over 100 million. This year we're looking at over $250 million company in just the 4 years that we've been really active inside of the space. So when you look at those numbers, guys, we are in crazy, crazy, crazy momentum. But here's what's really exciting from a timing perspective. So many people think that you want that good timing is being a part of like a startup company, okay? And I'm here to tell you, there's advantages to that for sure, but you also have to be willing to go through the mud for however many years it takes for a company to get their stuff together. You know what I mean? And guys, I can tell you that could take 2 years, that could take 5 years, that could take 8 years, okay, before a company, that could take 10 years before a company is past that muddy hurdle rough stage, right? The hard part of a startup company, right? But the best time to get involved in a company is when a company, first off, is past that stage, okay? Guys, we're talking about a $250 million company. Our foundation is already laid. We don't have the risks associated with a startup company anymore. We're way past that. However, we are in completely wide open markets. We just launched the United States. We just launched Canada. We just launched the European markets and diving into Asia as we speak. Australia, New Zealand, Africa, by the way, we have a huge team exploding in Africa right now. So in all of these markets, y'all, we are brand spanking new. Nobody knows who we are, and I'm willing to bet if you are not a network marketer, you probably have never heard of Vital Health before, okay? And if you are a network marketer, you probably have heard of Vital Health because we are taking over the industry. We're probably the biggest, most exciting name inside of the network marketing space right now. So the timing literally could not be better. Like we are past the foundational stage. We have the foundation made. Now we're just coming into completely wide open markets, able to ride a wave and take over the industry. So with that though, going into our products, we have 4 core pillars of wellness. We have our detox line, our restore line, our nourish line, and our awaken line. Okay, all of our products are micronutrients for smaller active ingredients for maximum absorption, adaptogens, nutrients that adapt their functionality to the needs of the body. Okay, which I'm going to be diving into that here a little bit more shortly. But also all these certifications that you see here at the bottom as well. We have everything that you could possibly want or need or somebody would want to see in regards to the credibility on our products, plus a whole lot more. The reality is most companies should have most of these, okay? We have all that. However, what we also have that nobody else has is something I kind of mentioned before, is we have 13 years of real actual clinical studies with real actual patients, y'all. This is like 13 years. Anyways, with that being said, let's dive into the products and this right here. So this is our scanner. I'm sure a lot of you guys that are on here right now, you probably have heard about this scanner, right? Y'all, this is a big deal. First and foremost, this makes us a test-based nutrition company, okay? We're not just throwing mud up against the wall, hoping that something sticks. We're not just assuming that we have the right products for somebody, and we're also not just assuming that our products are actually working, okay? We have the proof to back it. So we have two different scanners. The facial scanner and the phone scanner is still in beta right now, but the studies on it are absolutely amazing. I cannot wait till it launches. It technically has even higher accuracy rates than even the hand scanner that I'm about to talk about. But this is still, the hand scanner is 92, 95% as accurate as an actual blood sample, okay? So here's what this is. And I'm going to talk about the hand scanner first, the finger scanner. What this does is it runs a frequency through your body, tests 45 vital processes, sends you a 100 to 130 page report on everything that is going on, and it recommends your products. Okay, the products that you should be on. Now, check this out. The scanner itself, by the way, is not proprietary to just us. Okay, doctors use this as a pre-test before they get into the more expensive, blood samples, urine samples, X-rays, things like that. Right? However, what is proprietary to us is the software inside the device that ties your results or your customer's results to our specific products. Right? So Susie can scan, 3 minutes later has a full report, and it says, hey, Susie, you're dealing with XYZ. We recommend you try XYZ product, right? Well, now Susie can try the product. 30 days later, she can go test again, and she can see with her own eyes the progress that she is having on our products, right? So again, we're not just assuming that we have the right product for somebody. We are testing, we're getting to the cellular level of what is going on with somebody so that we can actually attack the root cause of whatever they might be dealing with. And then we can actually track the progress that they're having. Therefore, our retention is through the freaking roof. Because when somebody knows that the product is working, they do not stop buying the product, right? And so this is what's really cool about the scanner. It also allows us as a company to create products that are very specific to the needs of the body, okay? Now, what I mean by this, most companies out there have what we call blanket products, okay? And nothing wrong with the blanket product. All that means is it's like the company is built off of like one, maybe three different products, right? And they all work synergistically together or not, but it's just like a couple of products that handles just about a little bit of everything, right? Nothing wrong with that. But the thing that you were going to run into with a blanket product is it takes time before people see a result because you're doing a whole lot, but you're doing a very little for a whole lot, right? So it takes time, sometimes 90 days before somebody truly sees a result on those types of products. Now, the problem with that is if it takes your customer, more than 30 days to see a result on the product that you just sold them, you're going to have a hard time reselling them on that same product the following month, right? But because all of our products are very specific to the needs that somebody is dealing with, people are seeing crazy fast results. For sure, first 30 days, sometimes even within the first couple of hours. So that is our scanner, absolute game changer. It also, by the way, allows us to build this business in multiple different ways, okay? Yes, we are a network marketing company. However, network marketing is one avenue in which somebody can build this business. Majority of my business is not network marketers. In fact, majority of my business is different businesses, med spas, chiropractics, estheticians. My mom's an esthetician. I'll share her story here in a little bit. But physical therapy clinics, nutrition stores, anything of the physicians, all that stuff, anything that like brick and mortar health space, anything like that, that's the majority of my business. And that's what's really cool is it's almost like a network marketing out of businesses opposed to network marketing out of individuals, right? But they use this scanner, like my mom as the example. She's an esthetician, right? So people come in, do their facial, microdermabrasion, their Botox, whatever they do, right? Afterwards, my mom scans them on the scanner. Scanner tells Susie what she needs. Susie buys the product straight there from my mom, right there on the spot, right? And my mom, by the way, and she's not the only story like this, is earning more money selling vital health products than she even is as an esthetician. And the amount of stories that we have, and this is why so many doctors, physicians, physical therapists, chiropractors, estheticians, med spas, nutrition stores, gyms, why so many businesses like that are flooding into this, because all they're doing is adding this scanner to what they're already doing, and they're just adding another stream of income to their business model as is, right? So there's so many different ways you can build this by going business to business and things like that, right? So super, super cool, super unique, especially inside of the space. In fact, that's also why, if you haven't heard this before, we've been coined the name, the company shifting the network marketing space. and that has a lot to do with why that is. So going into the actual products, all of our products, high quality products at affordable prices, designed to fit your lifestyle, family, and needs, support your health every step of the way. So I told you before, we have our detox line, our restore, our nourish, and our awaken line. Our detox line is going to focus on liver support product, kidney support, gut and cells. 40 Floor is going to have activated charcoal in this, magnesium, great for bloating. If you feel like getting down with something, pop one of those or you're going to be on your way. Iodine is a kidney support product. Organix is a liver support product, right? Our Restore line. Oh, also we have our T detox there as well, which our T detox your body, get you to ground zero. And we also have glutathione, which is the highest form of antioxidant. Okay. And now our detox line, by the way, is our number one selling line. We start everybody on the detox line. And the reason why that is because we want to get you to ground zero so we have something to build off of, right? But the detox line is absolutely amazing. Everybody needs to be detoxing without a doubt. And it's very easy to sell because I think people are very aware of that now. But we also have our Restore line, consists of S Balance, which is a blood sugar balancing product. By the way, that product's going absolutely viral. So if you know anybody struggling with blood sugar balancing issues, get them on that. Just form your own opinion on what it's doing because it's amazing. Curcumax is going to be an inflammation product. We have an appetite product, blood flow, blood circulation product called V-Asculax, which is my mom's go-to product. She's been struggling with high blood pressure for a long time. That product absolutely changed her life. We also have a capsule form of glutathione, immune boosting product, a rest and relaxation product, pain management, and also our omegas. Okay, everybody, by the way, needs to be on omegas. Okay, it's probably one of the single most important supplements we should all be taking because we're not getting near enough vitamin E in our daily diets. And then our next line is our Nourish line. Okay, this is what we call the yummy line because this is like all of our powders that like taste good, right? All the other stuff is for the most part capsules. And we had the liquid drops with the glutathione over there, and then also the tea detox obviously is a tea bag, right? But our Nourish line is our good tasting line. Okay, this consists of V Daily. Okay, V Daily is going to have over 90 different vitamins and minerals in this product. Okay, and by the way, this is like a 10 products in one type of product. Okay, it is absolutely amazing. It's one of our top selling products. It's incredible. Okay, we also have our Vital Pro, which is going to be a superfood blend with 16 grams of protein. Our Nourish Plus is going to be an all-inclusive meal replacement, one of the healthiest things that you will ever put in your body. We have our Performance Plus, which is going to be creatine, amino acids, as well as an electrolyte product, so a 3-in-1 product. And then our collagen, I could talk about our collagen all day. My wife would definitely be talking about it all day. This is types 1, 2, 3, bovine and marine collagen with NAD in it, as well as astaxanthin. It is incredible. Okay, my wife will tell you that we have by far the best collagen on the market, especially at its price point. So that's that. And then lastly, we also have our Awaken line. Okay, this is probably everybody loves coffee. I mean, in fact, one of the biggest reasons why I fell in love with this company from the very beginning was because I always wanted to build in a company that sold coffee. Because coffee and tea are the second most consumed beverages in the world outside of water, right? So from a business perspective, I think we can all agree you want to be a part of a company that is selling a product that people want, and coffee and tea is that product. And guess what? We have both of those, right? And by the way, these coffees are amazing and they all do different things, right? So Neuro Cafe is going to be nootropic. So brain function, cognitive function, focus, clarity. Love Cafe is going to be a hormone balancing coffee. Thermo Cafe is a thermogenic, so a weight loss coffee. And then we also have our Latte Cafe, which by the way is our number one selling product right now. This is a mushroom coffee with 10 different mushrooms. Again, one of the healthiest things you'll ever put in your body. And I do not know if you've ever had a mushroom coffee before, but y'all, they do not taste good. And this coffee, the reason why it's our number one selling product is because it tastes so ridiculously good. It literally tastes like a vanilla latte that you would get from Starbucks. It is so ridiculously good. But also V Energy, 120 milligrams of caffeine in that, amino acids, all of that. And then we also have Nitro, which is my absolute favorite product of all time. Increases your body's natural production of nitric oxide, which allows your body to absorb more oxygen. So defends, maintains, repairs every single cell in your body and defends against what we call angiogenesis, which is the multiplication and duplication of bad cells. Okay, so those are our products, y'all. Very simple, to the point. We cover literally everything from a cellular level. We actually just launched 2 brand new products also that I forgot to mention. We have our V Harmony, which is a women's hormone product. and then our V Prime, which is our men's hormone product, which by the way, right now is probably one of our top selling products as well. I mean that's flying off the shelves as we speak, and the testimonials people are having are crazy. So I would recommend getting you some of that. Now, going into the business side, guys, we have fully automated systems, man, like done for you system. Just plug and play. We have the blueprint to success. All you got to do is get started, plug in, and it's laid out for you. So AI powered customer follow-ups, capture pages in minutes, plug and play marketing, personalized funnels, automated onboarding, all of that stuff. It is absolutely amazing. We are way ahead of the rest of the space when it comes to AI and utilizing automated systems like this, which is really, really cool. Now, going into the compensation plan, y'all, I'm going to talk about this because there's three main pillars, by the way, to all compensation plans. All comp plans inside of the network marketing space have three foundational pillars. One is going to be the customer acquisition. This is how does somebody get paid when they get a customer, right? If they sell $1,000 worth of product, how much do they get paid? If they sell 10,000, how much do they get paid? If they sell $100,000 worth of product by themselves, how much do they get paid? That is customer acquisition. That's a very direct sales uh, customer acquisition thing, right? Two ways we get through that, by the way, we retail and we also direct to consumer, which is online, right? So if somebody wants to order the product, you send them a link, they click on the link, they order the product, ship directly to their door, boom, you get paid. That's direct to consumer. But we also have the retail side, which a lot of the doctors, the physicians, the physical therapists, chiropractors, all those people are actually retailing product, meaning they're buying the product and reselling the product, right? Which is really cool. But you can build this either way. See, most companies do not retail product anymore because they don't have the margins to do so. It doesn't make sense for somebody to buy the inventory and try to resell, right? But here you can earn an absolute fortune actually retailing the product if it makes sense for you. Me personally, I'm all online, right? So I send my link, they click on it, they order, I get paid. All I did was send a link, right? But anyways, that is customer acquisition. The other way that we get paid is going to be the team building, the recruiting side of the comp plan. And then the last pillar that all companies have is the residual side, right? Those are the three foundational pillars. Okay. Now, these are our four ways that we get paid. And I'm going to start on number one, okay, which is the customer acquisition. Because again, all three of those pillars that I mentioned before, y'all, we pay out anywhere between 2 to 4 times more than the highest paying comp plans I've ever seen inside of the space, and anywhere between 6 to 10 times more than the average paying comp plans that I've seen inside of the space. Okay, but I'm going to start right here with retail. Okay, you're going to earn on average 70% on customer acquisition, meaning you sell $1,000 worth of product, you're going to make $700. If you sold $10,000 worth of product, you're going to make $7,000. Y'all, let me explain to you how wild this is, okay? The industry average is less than 20%. Okay, the company I came from, by the way, the average person made less than 10% on customer acquisition. Meaning, if you sold $1,000 worth of product, you would not even make $100. Okay, here you sell $1,000 worth of product, you are going to make $700. Okay, absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. You sell $10,000 worth of product, you're making $7,000. The highest I've ever seen, by the way, and by the way, it goes up to 90%. Up to 90%. I know this says 80%, goes up to 90%. Okay. We like to under promise, over deliver. But up to 90%, which is, you've never seen that before inside of the space. We have something called our influencer bonus, which means you're getting the product at 80% off the wholesale price. You're getting it at manufacturing pricing. Hence the reason why owning your own manufacturing matters, right? So absolutely wild. I'm not going to get into all of that, but 70% is what you're going to average out on customer acquisition. No hoops, no hurdles, no tiered system, no quotas. No, you got to have this many people here and this many people at that rank that have this many people at this rank in order for you to get paid this. None of that stuff. If you do the sales, you're getting paid. No questions asked, okay? 70% on customer acquisition. Now, the other thing that we have is our team, our two-team bonus, our binary bonus. This is the team building aspect of it. We're only building 2 lines, okay? Meaning if you brought 10 people to the team, you're stacking down 2 lines of business, meaning the first 2 people that join your business are going to override the other 8 people that you brought in, right? Even though they didn't bring them in, and plus all the people that those people bring in, right? The reason why this is so powerful is because it's not about what you do, it's about what we all do collectively as a team and as an organization, right? It's a team effort, not a solo effort. But you can actually earn up to $25,000 per week just off the binary bonus alone. That's $100,000 per month. Y'all, we've already had well over 30 people max out the binary, okay? And that actually, and I'm going to jump over to number 4, okay? Because this is our matching bonus thing that I want to talk about because this is pretty wild, okay? Especially when you consider we've already had 30 people max out the binary. But on the matching bonus, I believe this is going to be what pays out the most amount of people over the next 3 to 5 years. Most amount of money to the most amount of people. And the reason why is because what this says is anybody that you bring to the team, whatever they earn on the binary bonus, okay, you're going to check match 50% of, okay? So let's just say hypothetically you brought me into the business and I maxed out the binary. I made $100,000 for the month just off the bonus alone, not to mention all the other ways we get paid, but $100,000 a month just off the binary bonus. You get to check match 50%. You made $50,000 that month because you brought me into the business. Y'all, that is insane. Imagine bringing in 10 people that max out the binary, right? The coolest part about this part of it is you don't have to be a rock star. You just need to know a rock star. And if that's the case, you can really capitalize just on the matching bonus of this. But also our residual side and our team orders, which I'm going to be diving into here in just a second. So the customer side, very simple example here. 10 customers is going to pay you on average, $876 a month. 25 customers is going to pay you about $2,000, $2,300 a month. 50 customers, about $4,700 a month. 100 customers, $9,700 a month, y'all. And this is actually at 60%, not the 70%. So again, under promise, over deliver. Now to the team, the team building and the residual side, this is what I love talking about because again, this is very, very, very wild here, okay? But we can just look at the rank of bronze. Bronze is if your team does 1,000 in team sales, by the way, okay? You're gonna average $220 a month for hitting that rank, okay? That rank is gonna pay you $220 a month. That's because your team's doing only 1,000 in team sales. I've never seen 1,000 in team sales pay any sort of residual, by the way, ever. I've seen a bonus, maybe $50, $75, but I've never seen your team doing 1,000 in sales and you making $220 a month. That's 22%, by the way, which is pretty wild. But jump up to the rank of gold, okay? Gold is where it gets exciting. This is the rank that I want everybody shooting for sure within their first 90 days. We have people that do it in their first couple of hours, but those are the big rock stars that really go all in with this. But gold pays on average $1,500 a month residually, okay? This is if your team is doing 10,000 in sales. Okay, team sales. By the way, this is also where you get a paid for car or free product. Okay, $800 in free product, which by the way, if you are retailing, like if you're one of those doctors or physicians or whatever that's actually retailing, $800 in free product is equivalent to like $4,000 to $6,000 in profit. So that's pretty cool. But with that though, you get a paid for car when you hit the rank of gold, but you're going to average $1,500 a month. But here's what I want to point out. $1,500 on your team doing 10,000 in sales, y'all. That is 15% being paid out to you. 15% of your team sales. The reason why this is wild to me, okay, is because remember, I told you, I came from a company where if you did all the sales by yourself, you're making less than 10%, okay? We are paying you more money for what your team is producing than what most companies would pay you if you produce all of those same sales yourself. Y'all, we're talking about anywhere between 9 to 20% is what I am seeing that we are paying out on the volume of what your team is producing. The most I've really seen inside of the space is anywhere between 2 to 4%. Okay, this is one of my favorite things about this comp plan. But you can go all through the ranks. You have platinum, emerald, diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, paying on average $27,000 a month. Then we have our Skittle bag, colored diamonds. We've got blue diamonds, green diamonds, purple diamonds, red diamonds, black, double black, crown, diamonds, all that stuff, right? I mean, we have people making well over $300,000 a month already within our compensation plan. So pretty simple. Now, yeah, that's the comp plan. So here's the deal. If y'all want to get started with us, you want to start playing this game with us, we have 3 different packs, okay? We have our basic pack, our essential pack, premium pack, ranging from 170, 330, 630, and then we have our big elite pack, which is a $1,240 pack. All of these packs, okay, are going to give you everything that you could possibly need, okay? Give you all the products to get your business off the ground, gives you volume. Volume is how you hit rank. The higher rank you are, the higher percentage you get paid out on, right? You're getting all of it. Your apps, your tools, your systems, everything, okay, is coming with any of those packs. But what I will encourage you to do, because I get the question all the time, what pack should I come in at? Well, of course, the bigger the better. Otherwise, we wouldn't have bigger packages, right? There's just a lot of reason to come in at the bigger packages. You're getting more volume. Again, that helps you hit rank, higher percentage payouts. But the elite pack comes with a whole lot of different incentives, by the way. Your opening influencer bonus at an earlier stage, which potentially could be the difference between $1,000 or $3,000 payout, like, or something vice versa, whatever. Higher payouts, right? Because you're opening influencer bonus earlier on. You're getting the scanner at half the price. Sometimes we have promotions going on where you're getting it free, right? So there's always different incentives for coming in at the elite pack, but there's a lot of different reasons. I would always suggest if you have the financial means, of course, coming at the elite pack. It's $1,200. You're gonna first off, just the tax write-off for having a home business, you're getting that back anyway, so you're not losing the money at all. Even if you came into this and you didn't do anything, just the tax write-off alone is going to make it worth it. But I tell everybody, if you have it, come in at that one. If you're struggling financially, it doesn't make sense for you to come at the big one, don't let that stress you out. Just get started. Come in at whatever pack makes sense for you, and then we can always upgrade to the elite pack later on. So you can upgrade one time to the elite pack and get all the same advantages and things of that sort, right? So those are the packs to get started. And y'all, I just encourage you guys. I really hope y'all saw the value in the business that I just shared with you guys. And like I said, I've been in this space for a very long time at the very highest level. I've seen, I can't even tell you how many companies I've broken down. And guys, again, I think network marketing is literally the greatest industry in the world. I think network marketing trumps every industry. And guys, I'm involved in just about every industry. Nothing compares to what we have in the network marketing space. But what I will also say is what we have at Vital Health is truly, without a shadow of a doubt, a network marketer's dream company in every single scenario. I mean, it truly is like the holy grail of network marketing situations. So if you have experience in network marketing, I know you already see it because it's once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? But if you don't have experience in network marketing yet, just trust me whenever I tell you, you are very, very blessed to have found this as your first company because it is as good as it can possibly get. So I encourage you guys, run with us. We're going 100 miles an hour, man. Don't just join us, but really, really go all in with us. It's a freaking blast. We have so much fun. We travel together. We have fun together. We laugh together. We cry together, man. We do it all together, man. This is a team. This is a family. It is a beautiful, beautiful community. And just know it's so much more than what you just saw in the presentation too. There's so much more to it that you just got to experience for yourself, man. You truly cannot put a price tag on all the things that you will get out of this business. Just the relationships, the friendships, the connections, the networking, the doors that will open for you. Again, it's a beautiful thing. So y'all, thank y'all so much for being on. I hope you guys had a fantastic first couple days of your week, and I hope you finished this week out strong. So God bless, take care, get with whoever it was that invited you on, get started with us, and help us go change the world. Bye, y'all, and y'all have a great night.